part of exercising social control over a marginalized and potentially rebellious section of the population. This state taxes and spends to create infrastructure. It provides a central banking system. It sets laws for the exploitation of wage labor, of labor power. And all this serves the interest of capital. And the U.S. state acts to safeguard a global empire. It builds up a huge military machine of death and destruction. It has established over 700 military bases in over 100 countries to enforce political conditions that are favorable to investment and to suppress resistance in other parts of the world. This state also acts to legitimize the system. It holds elections which serve to put a stamp of popular approval on the policies of the capitalist plan. You know the idea of consent of the governed. There is a common misconception that the voting system is basically good, but that the corporations and banks have more money to influence things. Yes, they do throw their money around, but the basic truth is this. You do not control the system through elections. The system controls you through elections. The agendas and choices are set by the ruling class, and again, these elections are held to put a stamp of popular approval on the policies of the ruling class. The U.S. government and state power have functioned consistently from the time of the founding of the Republic and the Constitution to serve the expansion and consolidation of a national market. The U.S. government and state power have functioned consistently to protect a property rights system based on the control of producing wealth by a small capitalist class that exploits wage labor. This state power has functioned consistently to serve the rise and extension of a global empire that rests on exploitation, plunder, and war. From the theft of the land from Mexico to the annexation, as our brother said, of Puerto Rico, and the occupation of the Philippines, to Vietnam, to Iraq, to Afghanistan. And when this system goes into deep crisis because of these three rules of the game, the competition, the commandment to expand or die, it leads to anarchy, each capitalist going his way, each capital seeking to maximize their profits, their control. And this throws the system into disorder and leads into crisis. And when this system enters into crisis, the state acts to protect it from collapse. This is what FDR did during the New Deal. When the economic crisis hit in 2008, 2009, the state under Obama acted to bail out and shore up the banks. Not because these corporations and banks had special influence. No, the bailout was designed to prevent a huge breakdown of the system and to protect the financial institutions that are key to the dominant position of the U.S. in the world economy and in the world system. This was a bailout of the capitalist system, and they're doing that at a terrible cost to humanity, at great cost not only to the poor and exploited in this society, but to broader sections of people, many of whom are out here and represented in their diversity. And this crisis and the way in which they're seeking to solve it is coming at great cost to the ecology of this planet. And now people have to choose between paying rent and meeting health care needs. And that's a choice that no one should have to make. And young people don't know if they're going to have any kind of future worthy of human beings. Well, I started my talk by posing the question, are the corporations corrupting the system? Are the corporations and banks corrupting the system? Or is the problem the system of capitalism? My answer is that capitalism, imperialism is the problem, and we need a revolution to create a new system fit for humanity. Thank you very much.